Hello there. Before we start our video today, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you will not miss any new video like this one. What is an optical illusion? An optical illusion is a test designed to trick our brain with strange images that can be interpreted in many ways. Besides, an optical illusion and its hidden images can reveal a lot about your hidden personality traits depending on what image you see first. How we see an image is thought to be influenced by which side of our brain is most dominant. Those who are more creative and visual tend to be more right brain oriented, while those who favor the left are considered to be more analytical and logical. In this video, we will test you on 20 different optical illusions, together with the analysis of your personality on every image, depending on what image you see first. Without wasting the time, let's get started with the first question. In this illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see an old man or a young lady? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see an old man first, it means you are a calm, honest, and faithful person. You are also a trustworthy and reliable person that everyone always seeks for advice. You are a natural-born leader who always takes the initiative to lead a group on the right path. You always carefully follow your plan to execute your goal. Due to that, it has prevented you from making impulsive decisions. However, you can also be a perfectionist, which can be a source of stress. On the contrary, if you see a young lady first, it means you are an optimistic and curious person. You can be impetuous and often act based on impulsive decisions. You also enjoy helping others and doing volunteer work. You are strong, determined, and do not give up easily. You will become a better person if you listen to feedback or advice more often and share your problems with those around you. In this second illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the old couple or three people? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see the old couple first, it means you see your life in the bigger picture. You do not get stuck with trivialities and always look at life from the point of view of the bird's eyes. You, therefore, are more of a strategist and would be good at managerial roles where you see the broader picture. You are good at planning and aren't concerned with micromanaging things. On the other hand, if you first see these three people, two in the foreground and one woman in the background, it means your attention to detail is incredible. You pay attention to nuances when others don't even know they exist. You observe minutely people, places, or things. And there's hardly anything that can go past you without catching your attention. Furthermore, you are also a type of person who is extremely good at planning things to the last detail, and one may even say that you are obsessed with particulars. The point is that you are a detail-oriented person whereby you would rather know things intimately than superficially. In this third illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see a man's face or a woman's body? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see a man's face first, it means you are good at keeping your emotions and feelings to yourself. By looking at you, a person won't be able to tell, even if you are deeply bothered by something. According to your friends, you are known for your leadership and high energy levels. Besides, you are also very analytical and firm in your decisions. Though you might be called easygoing, it doesn't mean you blindly follow the crowd. In addition, you are curious and straightforward, and therefore, people like to be around you as you have a strong positive aura. Since you value the people in your life highly, you always put them first before you. However, sometimes you like to be reassured that people love you too. On the contrary, if you see a woman's body first, it means that your character is leaned toward generosity. Those around you admire the positive outlook you have about life. When in a group, your efficiency speaks for itself, and you can be considered a highly motivated individual. You commit yourself to a goal and follow it through. Besides, you are also known for your good interpersonal skills. You are sharp at picking up the subtle signals in your surroundings, the emotions of others, and body language. You are empathetic and are careful not to hurt anyone with your words. However, you are very selective when choosing who to be your friends. You are in balance with your emotional state and can easily set healthy boundaries when it comes to others. In this fourth illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see two horses or a woman's face? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see two horses first, you seem to be on the path to finding true love. But you have to be patient, focused, hopeful, and open to possibilities. Finding the right one and building a relationship with them is never easy. If you can overcome all the obstacles, you'll have a happy family. On the other hand, seeing a woman's face first means you are a sympathetic and subtle person. Chances are, many people will always try to take advantage of you. Therefore, you have to be stronger and learn to say no. It seems life is a little rough on you. Keep moving ahead with a positive attitude. Make sure that no one can control or manipulate you. In this fifth illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the man's face, or the man reading, or the tree? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. Seeing the man's face first means your most irritating personality trait is that you are very straightforward. You cannot help but say what is on everyone else's mind. In addition, you are sociable at heart. But you can often get caught in the moment, giving the impression to others that you are obnoxious and loud. Your fiery personality means you are opinionated, but sometimes you need to learn when it is best to speak and when to keep your thoughts to yourself. However, if you spotted the man reading on the grass first means that your most frustrating personality trait is your tendency to daydream. You like to escape into your thoughts for solace and often drift off during conversations. You often make people feel that you are not paying attention to them or your work. Therefore, it always gives the impression to others that you are rude and uninterested, as you never seem to be fully engaged in the real world. Because of that, people may be reluctant to open up to you if they feel they do not have your undivided attention. As for the third option, if the trees are what jumped out to you first, your most annoying trait is your inability to take things seriously. You tend to make light out of situations and act the joker, and you tend to shy away from more serious things. It means you may be reluctant to leave a job where you are undervalued or underpaid, or you may settle in a relationship when you are not truly happy. Your tendency to self-sabotage and run from success may be stopping you from doing what you want and preventing you from reaching your full potential. In this sixth illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the older man's face, or the woman with the broken umbrella, or the woman facing away with the umbrella or the flowers? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you first noticed the older man's face hidden within the painting, your most charming personality trait is your insight and observant nature. While you are a generally deeply observant and open-minded person, you don't advertise just how much you see and pick up. But if you did, no one would be surprised. You've got an air of Sherlock Holmes around you, taking in information and processing it with tremendous speed. People love hanging around you to get your take on people, places, and situations. You're almost always known to cut right to the heart of the matter. On the other hand, if your eyes are first drawn to the woman with the broken umbrella, your sense of humor is your best personality trait. Even when you're in the face of a disaster, be it something as minor as a broken umbrella or as significant as a broken heart, you can't help but shine the light of your humor into the world and make it better. The brilliance of your wit is something that people can't ever get enough of. You light up a room as you're a very charming person. However, if you first notice the second woman facing away with the umbrella, it could mean that your positive attitude and outlook are your most important quality. It doesn't matter what's going on, you will always find a way to see the bright side. Sometimes you worry that this might irritate people, but I'll tell you something, you're their source of laughter. Don't hold back your sunshine. If you have a positive take to share, go right ahead and do that. Finally, if the flowers are what you initially noticed, your best personality trait is your sensitivity. Sensuality means you are very good at making people feel at ease, decorating your home in lush fabrics, and providing snacks that taste just as good as they also look. You have a passion for entertaining, and people love to be your guests. Visiting flea markets with you is always a delight. Whether it's shaking hands or your sincerity of words, you can maintain eye contact and make people feel more important. You also validate people's emotions by touching their hearts. When people admit their mistakes to you, you nod your head and pay attention to their regrets without judgment. In this seventh illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the lips or the rooster? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see lips at first glance means that you are supposedly shy and quiet in your true nature. Generally, you are an introvert and do not like to be around many people. You are more comfortable being alone or with a few close friends or family members. Shyness is usually a character trait that can be inherited, but it can also develop over time due to the environment in which you grow up. Furthermore, you are not very vocal or expressive in conversations. Although you might not be good at communicating with others, you are a pretty good listener. If you are shy, you should find ways to express your thought through writing or art projects. It will help you get out of your comfort zone and be more outgoing with others who have similar interests as you do. On the contrary, if you spotted the rooster first, you are considered a confident and stubborn person who is strong and independent. You are also very determined in that you don't change your mind easily. However, you often struggle with self-control because you have trouble admitting when you need help from others or when a situation is too difficult for you to handle on your own. On the bright side, you have a high level of self-esteem. You are sure about your abilities and can handle obstacles you will face in life. You are not afraid to take risks and will not give up in the face of adversity or failure, no matter how difficult it may seem. You are very good at motivating yourself and others. Moreover, you like to do things yourself without help from others or relying on anyone else for support. In this 8th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see a man running towards you, or a man running away from you? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see the man running towards you, means that you have a more male-functioning brain. Your brain is typically more inclined towards problem solving and focusing on one task at a time. You are also better at spatial navigation, engineering, and mathematics. In addition, you are also better at detecting errors in language and speech. Your brain is hardwired to be a problem solver, focus more on the task at hand, and less distracted from other thoughts or feelings than the female brain. On the other hand, if you spotted the man running away from you, it means that you have a more female functioning brain. You have higher emotional intelligence, which allows you to read emotions and communicate with others more effectively than a male functioning brain. Therefore, this makes you a good candidate for customer service jobs. Besides, you are also better at multitasking when you do the tasks you enjoy. Moreover, you have higher analytical skills, which are crucial for day-to-day tasks and strategic decisions. And these analytical skills help you identify patterns, trends, and inconsistencies in data. They are a critical part of the decision-making process for any business. In this 9th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the woman's face in profile from the side, or you see her face to face with you? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you see the woman's face in profile from the side, you are reportedly caring and like to diffuse a tense situation and are optimistic. Optimism is a mindset that can be very helpful in life. It can help you see the good things that will happen and have a better outlook on life. Caring for others makes you feel happy and satisfied and makes the person you care for feel loved and appreciated, which in return, it gives you a sense of fulfillment. On the contrary, seeing her face to face with you means that you are pessimistic. But you are also a clear communicator who doesn't get carried away with your emotions. You can make a clear stance on the issues and offer an analysis that is not clouded by your personal feelings. You usually can see things in the big picture, which makes you great at writing, because you can communicate your ideas in a way that is easy to understand. You always look at all angles of a problem and find solutions to any situation. Moreover, you have a sense of what's possible and what's not. And you know the truth, and because you know it, you can articulate it to others. In this 10th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the skull or the snail? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the skull is what you see first, you should pursue a career in the arts. Art comes in many different forms, such as paintings, sculptures, drawings, music, and even dance. You can become a painter, musician, or even a dancer since you can create something new and original from what already exists. You are a creative person who has an eye for details and a person who can see potential in things that others may not notice. Furthermore, you can think outside the box and use your imagination in new ways. You have an artistic mind to be able to imagine the work before it becomes a reality. On the other hand, if the snail is what you see first, you should opt for a career that involves a lot of interaction with others. It could be anything from a teacher to a customer service representative. Examples of career options that involve a lot of interaction with others are social worker, teacher, psychologist, lawyer, nurse, salesperson, and doctor. These careers help you develop your social skills, which are beneficial for your personal and professional lives. These careers suit you the most as you have good interpersonal skills, which means you can deal with people using different approaches. And this skill helps you in your day-to-day job performance. In this 11th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see a skull, or a little girl looking through the window or the scenery? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If a skull is what you see first, you can learn, understand or deal with new or trying situations since you have high intellectual power and cognitive abilities. You are intelligent and can apply your knowledge and skills to solve problems and make decisions. You always learn from your mistakes and use this knowledge in the future when making decisions. Moreover, you can think and understand abstract concepts and make connections that others may not be able to make. However, if a little girl looking through the window is what you see first, you always overcome obstacles. You always know how to identify the challenges and the best way to get around them. You focus and work hard on the goals you want to achieve. You have a strong work ethic and an understanding of one's skill set. More importantly, you are always learning, improving, and exploring new growth opportunities. Finally, if the scenery is what you see first, you have strong instincts. You always follow your instincts and make decisions based on them. Your instincts are what you use to make decisions in life. You have a strong intuition about what might happen, and therefore, you can make better predictions. You always trust your gut instinct as a compass that can help you navigate through life. It can be used as a guide to help you make decisions. In this 12th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the woman's face or the saxophone player? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the woman's face is what you see first, you are creative and artistic. You can come up with new and different ideas that are not conventional or typical. You also can see things from different angles and have your perspectives on things. In addition, you create, innovate, and inspire others. You know how to think creatively in order to solve problems, come up with new ideas, and express them artistically. On the other hand, if the saxophone player is what you see first, you are logical and analytical. You are good at understanding the world around you. You also have an exceptional ability to process information and make decisions. And you can see patterns in the world around them. Besides, you are also good at solving problems. You can see logical solutions to complications that other people might not be able to find. Likewise, you like to use logic and reasoning in your decision-making. You are usually not swayed by your emotions, but rather by facts. You are practical and like to take a step back and think about the consequences of your actions before you act. In this 13th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the tree or two faces? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the tree is what you see first, you pay great attention to detail and are good at reading people's moods. You are an observant person who pays close attention to details. You notice things that others may not be aware of. You are also very attentive to your surroundings and always looking for new ways to improve or change. You heed every small detail and can draw conclusions based on them. On top of that, you are also a creative thinker and problem solver who looks at the world in a unique way than most people do. On the contrary, if two faces are what you see first, you are much better at staying calm and dealing with people. You have a soothing voice and a calming demeanor that is reassuring to those who are anxious or angry. Besides, you are a pretty good listener to your friends and family members. You can get along and build rapport with many people due to your calm demeanor. In this 14th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the girl or the face? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If a girl is what you see first, you are kind and caring. You often think about other people who are significant to your life. You care about the people around you and spend time with them. On the contrary, if a face is what you see first, you are independent, passionate, and talented. You are a hard-working person. You have been putting in so much hard work to get where you are, and that's commendable. You don't stop striving for perfection. You don't worry about work-life balance. Your work is all you are, and nothing is separating the two. In this 15th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the village or the elephant? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the village is what you see first, you are more traditional and value traditions. You lead a simple way of life instead of the busy city life. Besides, you prefer calmness and peace. You are also a quiet and carefree person who does not worry much. On the other hand, if the elephant is what you see first, you are loyal and respectful of their friends and family. Generally, you are kind, caring, friendly, thoughtful, and considerate. You are also a good listener. Therefore, you are liked and respected by many. Besides, you show constant support to people you love and consider people's preferences. In this 16th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see a bull or an elephant? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If you catch sight of a bull first, you are stubborn and ferocious. You know how to stay strong and positive in times when it may seem impossible. On the contrary, if you notice an elephant first, it signifies that you are loyal and respectful of your friends and family. You are thoughtful and considerate and treat people with kindness and respect. In this 17th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the woman scrubbing the floor, or the man with the ruffled collar, or the skull in the curtains, or the man in the bed, or the two knights or the dancers, or the man with the mustache? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the woman scrubbing the floor is what you see at first, you are a problem solver, and people always turn to you for advice. You manage to sort things out for other people effectively without much issue. You tend to focus on other people's problems, but you don't take care of your problems. Because you always give other people all the attention you can. However, if the man with the ruffled collar is what you notice at first, you are truly one of a kind. You always go out of your way to try and do things that no one else is doing, and your excitement for new experiences makes other people enthusiastic to spend time with you. On the other hand, if the skull in the curtains is what you notice at first, you are braver than anyone else. The subtle skulls don't mean that you are doomed to an early death. You aren't afraid of a challenge and will always take chances. You will always look for opportunities to restart things, even when you don't need to be changed. But if the man in the bed is what you notice at first, you are the type of person who tends to worry about everything. You have a lot of anxiety when you're going through your life and spend more than your fair share of time stressing about it. Nevertheless, if the two knights are what you notice at first, you are someone who relies heavily on their friends. You are looking for that stable presence in your life, and having a formidable support system is priority number one. Nonetheless, if the dancers are what you notice at first, the ballerina and her partner represent your romantic attitude about the world. However, it is one that you try to conceal. You may not want to express how much you value a relationship, but having that special someone is incredibly important. Finally, once you dissect it all, you can see that it consists of many small parts. However, if you see a man with a mustache in the center of the image first, you are the type of person that can see the bigger picture. You are very creative, but sometimes you can get lost when looking for small details. In this 18th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the crocodile or the boat? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the crocodile is what you notice first, you are very practical and soberly assess the risks in your life. You are very cautious, which sometimes borders on pessimism. You should focus less on the bad and more often enjoy the good. On the contrary, if the boat is what you notice first, you have substantial attention to detail, you don't miss anything. You are very creative and always come up with unique solutions to all problems. In this 19th illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the skull or a woman? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. Despite the frightening image, the skull symbolizes strength. You are ready for new achievements and victories. At the same time, you are well aware of the transience of life, and you know that everything comes to an end. You do not get hung up on the material, the path itself is more important for you, and not the result. It is for this reason that everything works out for you in the best way. You will achieve a lot if you do not turn off this path. On the other hand, a woman bowing her head to her feet symbolizes fatigue. Perhaps you are confused and do not know what to do next. Take a break, put things aside if possible. You are not at your best right now. It would be nice to change the situation for at least a couple of days and gain strength. There is probably a person next to you who takes away your energy. Reconsider your surroundings, and do not be afraid to part with people whose relationships have already outlived their usefulness. In this last illustration, what did you see first? Did you first see the tree, or two faces or the eyes? Please choose your answer based on your first intuition. If the tree is what you notice first, you had a very healthy childhood, close to a family that has always loved and accepted you, and raised you in an environment with a lot of positive energy. It has made you grow up happy and confident. For this reason, you do not find it very difficult to fight for the things you love, whether it is clothing or relationships. This overconfidence can sometimes lead to arrogant and selfish attitudes. Believing in yourself is a great virtue, but only when you know that you are not superior to anyone, and that everyone should have the same opportunities as you have in life. However, if the two faces are what you notice first, you are a selfish and arrogant person. It is due to the experiences you had in your childhood, especially with those who played a big role in shaping you. They made you individualistic, and their goal was for you to repay them. However, now you know that you are solely responsible for yourself, so you do everything you can to avoid any kind of deprivation, both financial and emotional. However, this can end up damaging your relationship because you are so focused on yourself that you forget about other people. Finally, if the eyes are what you notice first, you are a naturally introverted person. This personality may be motivated by experiences, or it is just your natural way of being. But the truth is that you are very close to the world and the people around you. And it is not always a good thing, because no one can live alone in this world. Another truth is you will always need someone else in your life, no matter how independent you think you are. Your relationship deprivation may protect you to some extent, but it also makes you a lonely person with weak potential. Do not lose hope in your life, and you should try to open up to the world. Did you know yourself better after playing these optical illusions game? If you like this video a lot, please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow my other social media accounts at puzzlesbuddies. Thank you.